Good morning, students. Now today we are going to start our second lecture of chapter number 2, that is microorganism, a friend or a foe. Okay, and in this yesterday we have completed the 3 activities and the introduction portion of this chapter, and even I just told you that nowadays this microorganism has been termed as microbes. Okay, now in this yesterday I just given you the work of this activity, so I have attached this image of the activity in your assignment, and I have just told you that from where you have to be write beta. Again I am telling you that I hope that you all have written. Okay, so in this activity from where you have to be write, the water, air and solution around us all are the full of the living organisms. From here you have to be write in your copy this activity. Okay, so I hope that you all have do this, and today we are going to start with the next topic, and that is microorganism, kinds of microorganisms. There are a different kinds of microorganisms, and these are the major kinds that we have to be studied first, then only we are able to understand the next topics. So here are the kinds of microorganisms. So in this kinds of microorganism include 5 points. Okay, so in these 5 points, first one is your bacteria. Bacteria we can just be explain or understand this by that it is a singular bacterium. It is a singular bacterium, one, singular one. Okay, multi or bi means 2, tri means 3, and multi means many more. So here it is indicate that the bacteria is a singular bacterium. Okay, further we are just be explain all these in the form of the diagram as well. Now second is your fungi, and in this fungi it is a singular fungus, protozoans. Fourth one is algae. Algae, in this singular alga is there, and the viruses is your singular virus. So all these are in the singular form only. Okay, now here viruses are the smallest of all microorganisms. If the question has been come in your exam, which is the smallest microorganism, so you have to be right virus. Virus is the smallest in all the microorganisms, and they are quite different from the other microorganisms, strictly speaking, that they cannot be grouped along with the living things and microorganisms. Yes, they are these viruses are not be in the grouped, they are just be cannot be in the grouped along, they are not be in a group form, they are just be at the microorganism, and it is such a smallest microorganism ever, and they lie on the borderline dividing the living thing from the non-living things. Okay, there is a one borderline that yes, this is the borderline, and here the dividation is there, bifurcation is there, that this one is the living things and these are the non-living things. So in this bifurcation, this is the boundary of these living things which has divided living and non-living things in the two parts. So this boundary is your here on this boundary the viruses are lying. Okay, clear? Now further, viruses lack a cellular structure. Okay, a non-living feature it has, it's a lack of a cellular structure, but cannot reproduce only inside the cell of the host organism. Okay, they are not only just be reproduce only in the inside of a cell, no, they are just be having a host organism. What does this host organism means? Means this host organism is the living feature. As I just told you that viruses is a lack of the cellular structure. Okay, means the non-living features are not be there, but in that it can even produce only inside the cell. Okay, like in the living feature inside the cell, means like a living feature they are developing. Clear? Then further, these microorganisms in a structure may be unicellular. Okay, consist of only one cell. Unicellular means in which only one cell is there present, like a bacteria, some of the algae, protozoa are the or multicellular means in which multicellulars are present, means many cell are present. Okay. So here we are having the examples of unicellular microorganism and multicellular microorganism. Clear? So first we are going to discuss about the unicellular microorganism. In this unicellular microorganism, we are having first a plants. In which plants this type of the unicellular microorganism present. So first is your algae, and in the algae there is Chemidomonas, or we can say Chlorella. Okay, two types of the algae is present. First is your Chemidomonas, okay, and next one is Cholera. Clear? Next one is your fungi. In a fungi we are having yeast, then the bacteria. Okay, so three kinds of the microorganism are present in the plants. First is your algae. In the algae it is Chemidomonas. Next one is your cholera. Okay, sorry, cholera. Next one is the fungi. In the fungi it is yeast, and then the bacteria. These are the microorganisms which are in the form of the unicellular and present in the plant. Next one is for the animal. In the animal, protozoa has been present, and protozoa means here it is amoeba and Eugulena and Paramecium. Three kinds of the protozoas are there: amoeba, okay, Eugulena and Paramecium. Okay. Then further we are having a multicellular microorganism, and this multicellular microorganism first we are going to discuss in the algae, and in algae we are having Volvox, okay, and Spirogyra, okay, and next one is Nostoc. These are the names, such a typical names these are it is, and you have to be learn all these names. Okay, so how you are able to learn? You have to be write these all these words again and again, even 5 to 10 times, and then you are able to pronunciate them, and you are able to understand the spelling as well. Okay, so just do the practice and write all these spellings 4, 5, 6 times, so you will never forget this forgot these spellings. Clear? So here in the multicellular organism, algae is there, and in this algae three types of the multicellular microorganism is present. First is your Volvox, next is your Spirogyra, and third one is your Nostoc. Okay, and in the fungi, in this fungi we are having a bread mold, okay, and Aspergillus, and next one is Penicillium. Okay, so these three you are having. So your first thing is that you have to be write all these means the multicellular and the unicellular in your notebook. Okay, so if you are write them out, then you are only able to learn beta. These are the hard names. So you have to be learned in the algae beta, in the unicellular of microorganism. First one is the plant. In the plant, first point is your algae, and in the algae it is Chemidomonas. Next one is Chlorella. Okay, and in a fungi it is yeast, and third one is the bacteria. In the animal it is protozoa, and in protozoa we are having amoeba, Eugulena and Paramecium. Clear? And in the multicellular microorganism, first one is your algae. In this algae we are having three: Volvox, okay, Spirogyra and Nostoc. And in the fungi we are having a bread mold and Aspergillus and Penicillium. Okay, so these are such a tough name, you have to be write down in your notebook. These all about the unicellular and the multicellular microorganism. Then we are moving ahead with the next topic, and that is the history of microbiology. History of microbiology is just whose are the scientists who have just giving their contribution in which year and in what field and in what term. How much their contributions are there in this microbiology history. So here we are gaining all these achievements. Okay, so for that, first in this table we are having the names. Okay, there is a table, and this table gives the list of some of the important discoveries in the field of microorganisms. So first one you are having is Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke is the name of a scientist, and first of all he is only discovered about the microbiology in the year of 1665. Okay, and he observed crocus cells, bacteria and spermatozoa. Okay, spermatozoa is using his own crude microscope. He is using his own crude microscope, and in that he observed a crocus cell, next one is a bacteria, and next one is your spermatozoa, and all these three things he has just been seen by his own crude microscope in the year of 1665. Third one is Antony van Leeuwenhoek. In this Antony van Leeuwenhoek, he is the second scientist who will just be give its contribution in the year of 1676, and he is just the first to describe and sketch the microbes. He is the first scientist who had just give some kind of a image or a sketch of the microbes, that how does these microbes looks. Okay. Third one is your Louis Pasteur, and Louis Pasteur in the year 1857 to 59, and he discovered the fermentation is caused by the yeast fungi, and discovered the theory of this spontaneous generation, how this the yeast has, or we can say the fungi has fermented. Okay, this yeast and the fungi is used in the bread as well. So how they are fermented, how they have become such a fluffy, and the net has been developed, जाली सी बन जाती बेटा, for that we are fermenting, we can say. Okay, and he is only the discovered the theory of spontaneous generation, how this with the help of this micro organism the spontaneous generation has been developed. For this only he has just been discovered his theory. Fourth one is your Robert Koch, and Robert Koch in 1882 gave the germ theory of disease. Tuberculosis is caused by the Mycobacterium tuberculosis, bacterium, and anthrax by the Bacillus anthracis. Okay, in 1875 as well. So Robert Koch is the scientist who discovered gave the theory about the germs of a disease, and in that only he had just be give that which is the bacteria which is present in the TB, tuberculosis, that is Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and the bacterium, this is the bacterium, and in anthrax there is a Bacillus anthracis. Okay. Fifth one is your Christian Graham. Christian Graham in the year of 1884 developed the Graham stain technique. There is one technique in the of a Graham stain, and he discovered about that. Next one is your Sibas-Bureau and Kitasato. Okay, this is the name of a scientist. Sibasa-Bureau and Kitasato in 1889 he has just been given the tetanus in disease is caused by the Clostridium tetani. Okay, there is a bacteria for which we have been have our injection of tetanus, that is Clostridium tetani bacterium. Last but not the least is your Alexander Fleming, and Alexander Fleming has just been in the year of 1929 developed the antibiotic penicillin for the Penicillium notatum fungus. There is a Penicillium notatum fungus, and for that only he had just developed an antibiotic penicillin. Okay, in the year of 1929. So here we are having 7 scientists, and in which year and what contribution they have made for us we have discussed in this. So up to here we have studied, and your today's homework is that you have to draw this table of the history of microbiology, and you have to be write these unicellular and multicellular microorganisms and learn all these names of the microorganisms. Okay, and even you have to be learn the spelling as well. Clear? So you have to be learn and draw this table and write down that name of the microorganism. Clear? This is your homework, and next we are start the next chapter we are proceeding in our next lecture. Clear? Thank you. That's all for today.